Hey everyone. I want to take a minute to talk about what life after 12 step recovery means. Um, for me, it, it started when I moved from the UK to the US. I'd had a few niggling feelings about 12 step recovery, and I felt like it didn't fit right for me anymore. There were some things that I was hearing that didn't sound right, that I didn't identify with. I was uncomfortable with some of the sponsorship practices. I felt a little bit like a show pony at some points. And I just felt in my gut that it was time to move on. And I wanted more for my recovery. Now, when I say that, I really want to get across that I do believe that it is a valid pathway of recovery, that I think the structure of it is very helpful for some people, especially in early recovery. But for me, and my particular situation, which was, I had a history of trauma, I also struggled with deregulation, and I just wanted something different. And I knew from some friendships that people like me existed, and that the conversation that is had in 12 step rooms, that to leave is to go to jails, institutions, or death, is, for want of a better phrase, bullshit. Um, I knew that we existed, so I wanted to create a community of like minded folks that would kind of provide a springboard, if you like, where people could come in, they could see that all of these fears that they have about leaving were valid, that other folks did have those fears too, but also where they can get to a position where they realize that they don't need an external authority like a higher power or a sponsor to direct their recovery in a way that works for them. And that life after 12 step can involve thriving, which, in a sense is kind of what the promises are. We live a life beyond our wildest dreams, and that can be true outside of 12 step recovery. So, this community I set up because I wanted to provide that hope. I wanted to provide a safe space for people to discuss those fears. I wanted to provide an opportunity for people to say, hey, how did you do it? How did you leave? How did you have that conversation with your sponsor? How did you handle the rejection when you lost friendships? What was your experiencing in handling that? And how did you feel? And knowing that other people have walked this path provides that connection that we need in recovery. I think it's really a critical point. And, just that AA no longer works for me, and NA I went to as well, I do think there are some elements that are helpful, like community and, a forum of peers in recovery where you can share what's happening for you and just be heard. So that's what this space is about. People come in and they have these fears, and what I want to create is some guides that show you, these are the common feelings that we have, and this is where we hope you will get to, which is, a self-directed recovery where you can trust yourself, where you know that you can rely on your thoughts and feelings, that there isn't a monster living inside of you, and that you can direct your recovery in any way that you choose, and that can change from one day to the next. So this is a springboard for you to explore all of those different philosophies. We have regular meetings if that's something that you want. We have a community forum where you can just post, comment on posts, lurk in the background, whatever you want. The only thing that we ask is that you try and participate, because you get more out of it. You don't have to attend meetings. There's no requirement for membership apart from having left a 12-step fellowship or be considering doing that. So, get to grips with the group. You'll find all the rules and regulations, and I've tried to, I'm a person that hates rules and being told what to do, and the difference here is that I am trying to maintain a place of safety where we can discuss the things that were forbidden within 12 step fellowships, like, people's recovery goals. Some people might want to stay abstinent and other people might want moderation. And we're here to show you that that's okay, and that people choosing a different recovery goal to you isn't a threat. So you'll explore those different types of topics, and we have expert meetings. And when I say expert, this is the place I want you to get to. It's a place where I believe, it's perhaps a social worker point of view, that we're all experts in our own lives, right? We've lived through recovery and we've lived through addiction. So we're an expert in overcoming that. And we're an expert in leaving 12-step recovery too. So what our expert meetings are opportunities to hear the stories of other people who've walked the same journey that we're walking. And it's a really good point of reflection for you to, to listen, to provide feedback, to take what you like and leave the rest. And we are also trying to have all recovery meetings and kind of drop-in meetings for here and there. You will also see that there are SMART recovery meetings. We're not affiliated with SMART, but there are some members of this group that like mutual aid meetings and have gone on to find a different pathway like Smart Recovery, and one of our members has generously offered his time to provide and facilitate Smart Recovery meetings. So to find any of the meetings and events, go to the event tab, and take a minute to work through these different guides. You don't have to do it all at once, and a big welcome. Thanks for being here.